and welcome back to the channel. You join me today in London. To be specific, I'm in Hoxton, so just up from Shoreditch, just up from the bike show, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. So this is a media day, the first of two I believe, and there's one today and then one tomorrow, with Maeving for their RM1S. So a lot of you will be familiar that they have their initial model, the RM1. A lot of people apparently want to have a bit more juice, maybe a bit more power. Today is all about riding around London, getting a feel for these electric motorcycles, getting a feel for the range, different riding modes, the way they can maybe filter, the way they can get off the line, get past people, and just really have fun with it. So thanks so much for being here today. Let's start the video. Good to see, be up close to them and have this opportunity.
Yeah, it's got a lot more response than the first one.
Okay.
That's what we're after really, rather than, you know, pure acceleration from standstill. It was just that, so you're in your 20, 30 mile an hour, yeah. You've really got, you can feel that there's something there.
Oh, exciting. Okay. Thank you very much.
You'll have your mode.
Yes, I'll sort that out now, yeah.
Everyone's in S mode
okay.
today for the sport.
Lovely, thank you. Fun, I like it. Right, so I don't know if you can hear me, hopefully you can. This is the most hilarious feeling, it's just gliding along. Just so silent, there is something rather peaceful about just moving along in convoy. No ruckus, no rumble, really easy going. Relaxing on the mind actually, relaxing on the ears. It turns heads, people are like, you've got bikes going by but they're making no noise. So whilst we've stopped, because there's no wind noise, if we look at the display here, so we've got 100% charge, it's at 112 miles, I'm in sport mode at the moment. You can cycle through with your bits here. So sport, eco, and then one's like a balance, I believe. Yeah, we're in sport. Look here and instinctively want to knock the right foot down. This causes no disruption whatsoever. Honestly, I'm just trying to imagine London. Just bikes going through, cars going through, doing 20 miles per hour, just no noise. People going about their day, you're not disrupted, you're not disturbed by cars going past, lorries going past, bikes going past. Just makes sense. speed. Maintain speed well. Tig, all happy faces. Royal Enfield. Meow. Meow. Oh. Yes. Thank you. We have been to Regent's Park, we've done a little shoot there, a little drive-by photo shoot, and now we've parked up. I'm honestly really enjoying these bikes. So I've been chatting to everyone, and the one thing that keeps coming up is A, it's turning so many heads, but also like this idea of you just don't feel like you're a hooligan. There have been times where children have crossed the road, and on like a big bike you'll be like, oh, this is going to make too much noise, you might hurt their ears, they might get scared kind of thing. But on this, it's just they go by, they wave, they're happy, and it's just, you wouldn't even know. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us, I think. 7 of us just going in convoy around the place, and it's just silent. It's such a bizarre feeling. And honestly, turning heads left, right and centre, it just makes sense to me. I'm not adding to the noise of, you know, London. I'm just doing my bit and going through, and you wouldn't know I'm there. I'm in sport mode, you twist the throttle, okay, it's not like it throws you off the seat, it's actually quite a gradual acceleration, which is nice. It's what you would want in London. You don't really want to be shooting off again. But I'm having fun, and it's already making me think, if I went in, I live away from London, I live down near Winchester and stuff, but how a bike like this would be suited around there. So I can't wait to give a go on these on the A-roads later, just get a feel for how much speed they actually have, because supposedly they can do 70, and I'll be amazed. So I really want to start putting them through their paces and actually get going. But really good day so far. Thank you, cheers. So we've had our first sort of morning ride, so to speak. We have just pulled up, we're stopping for lunch. Awesome looking place called the Ginger Pig Cafe. What a morning! Honestly, it's been so much fun. I've loved it. The one concern which I always have with electric is people can't hear you coming, and people walk around completely oblivious to what they're doing in London. Literally, you need to have like eyes in the back of your head. People just pop out, people just cyclists in their own little world or going through red lights, and they don't hear you coming. Whereas on a bike, you can just, you know, pull the clutch in, twist the throttle and rev bomb them and scare the hell out of them and kind of be like, yes, I am here, open your bloody eyes. Whereas on these things, there have been a number of occasions today where people just walk out and like, oh, there's a bike there, and then look at you as if you're in the wrong. And it's like, okay, you should always be prepared to stop, you should always be aware of people crossing the road and cyclists and the whole sort of tier of importance of people on the road. But still, it's one of those things, but superb fun so far. I've been riding all morning in sort of the sport mode, and we're on down 14%, it's down to 86%. But it's showing that they have that range. They can just get around the place, they're comfortable, they can do what they need to do, they pull away nicely, really gradual acceleration on that S, and it's just it really is a joy to ride. And they're narrow enough as well where you can filter through, so we had done a bit of filtering. But loving the two colourways, the black and the white. They do have names. I'll have to check those later. I'll pop them up on the screen now. But I'm going to stop for some lunch, have a bite to eat, try and get some sun on my face so you can see me. Have a bite to eat. Kids doing wheelies, and recharge for the afternoon. He's got a new battery in here because it's about to die. But honestly, good fun so far. Really good fun. Had lunch. Definitely put on a couple of kilograms. That was beautiful food. Yeah, this afternoon the bike's going to be putting up a bit more weight than it did this morning. Let's see how the battery survives now. But I believe our plan this afternoon is to hit some A roads. I don't know exactly where we're going, but I think we're going to be hitting some A roads to really get a feel for what this bike can do. Lots of people were staying on the RM1, and I think it was sort of topped out at 45-50 miles per hour. So again, fine around London, but if you wanted to go on an A road or a B road, if you came across maybe a larger vehicle and you wanted to get past, it just wasn't going to happen. Whereas on these, if they're 70, then they should be able to hold their own, so to speak. So it'll be fun to actually really see how they feel at 70, if there's any noise at 70, how the balance feels, if they shake, anything like that. Let's see what this afternoon has in store. And we're off for the afternoon. that's me done for the day. Fingers crossed you can see me. We're back at Bolt London. We're done. What an experience, honestly. What a day for it. It's been such a delight to ride around on a bike that is light, that is making no noise. I don't feel like in any way, shape or form I'm contributing to the to the noise of London. I'm just, if anything, being a spectator to it. So it was lovely to just be able to roam around like that. In the entirety, I think we did probably about 30-40 miles, and percentage wise went down to about 50-60%. I should maybe, bear with me, I'll turn it back on because I have the keys still here. This is my bike here, turn it back on. I got down to 64% charge, 140 miles on the odometer, which I think starts off about 112 or 114. So it gives you an idea of the range I put in today. All the best, see you around. So just a very comfortable way of doing things. This is London, just the noise of London. It's ridiculous, but a lot of fun. I shall run some figures by with you. So curb weight with 2 batteries, I believe is 133 kilograms. Let me get this up, I've got a note somewhere, we have to cheat here. So 7,495 pounds with £500 deposit, 70 miles per hour, and going on the A road today I easily hit 60, so that's encouraging. There are 3 modes in total: ride, sport and eco, and we did the whole thing in sport today. I mentioned the curb weight. Seat height and vehicle curb weight is 785 millimeters. Supposedly there is 80-mile range with the dual battery. Battery from 20 to 100% takes 4 hours. 0 to 100% takes 6 hours. It can be plugged into any standard socket, as you know. Take the batteries out, plug them in. So if you're at work, if you're at home, if you don't have access to a garage or anything. But as well as that, you can also just take a normal electric charger and plug it into the side, which fingers crossed I've got the B-roll to show you that. But you can ride it with CBT, so equivalent to a learner plate. There's 10 litres of storage, where on the initial RM1 was a battery. That has now been turned into 10 litres of storage. So it pops up when you're in neutral. When you go into neutral, you can press the little unlock button, and the little cover on the where will be a fuel tank pops up. For storage, you can put things in there. Put your gloves in there, or when you're not riding, other things in there. Has a USB socket in there as well, so you can actually go about charging things on the go. And then the idea is that they're not really going to be using motorcycle dealerships. It's going to be direct to consumer, and also ability with mobile servicing. So if you do have an issue, if you need parts, then they will come to you, which makes it really, really neat. You go around London, it's an absolute nightmare to try and get around London, but if they can offer a service to come and get you, or come and meet with you and do the repairs, I think that's going to work nicely in this day and age. But all in all, I suppose the way I want to talk about this is, there are so many instances today where I just feel if I was on a big, heavy, noisy, hot bike, I just got very uncomfortable very quickly, and it started to get a bit irritable. But because there was no noise, because it's light, because it doesn't have any heat coming off it, I just felt great all day. I was no rush. Okay, we did a bit of filtering, but most of it was just going along. We stopped when we needed to. Again, normally sometimes when you stop in traffic, because a lot of time you filter to keep cool, but in this we just stopped. Take both hands off, there's no need to hold a clutch or to find neutral, just take both hands off, relax, adjust your camera, do what you need to do. It just felt great. We went past schools, we went past London Zoo, we went past all these environments where I just feel a noisy bike could be horrible. I mean, there are 2 bikes going past now, and I just don't get it. You just don't need it in London. So, see if you can see them. Very cool. I mean, they're cool, they're great. They have a time and a place. And just around London, you can just imagine if everyone was quiet, if everyone was just taking it easy on electric bikes, electric cars, electric whatever it may be, electric taxis. The noise, you'd hear so much more of everything else around you, which is, I think, what a lot of people are striving for. It's not just the green impact that these bikes have in terms of they use rechargeable batteries rather than a fuel. It's everything else that comes with it. So, delighted I managed to get out on one of these bikes. I'm delighted that I've been here today. Thank you so much, Maeving, for the opportunity, and to Potski Media for having me along. Fingers crossed the video has done this justice, you get to see everything. And again, I didn't have a mic plugged in because I was thinking, well, what are you going to hear? There is a little whine when you accelerate, but I just figured think it's probably fine as it was. So just have the Osmo mic. But a good looking machine, turned lots of heads. Well done Maeving. So yeah, shall we leave it there? Thank you so much. See you in the next video.